All right, let's move to college basketball here. Florida versus Duke. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
much about these teams, but looks like Duke is going to come in here at the favorite, 8.5 over under 156.5. How do you break down Florida and Duke?
Yeah, on a more positive note, I like Mark Martin's comments in the chat. Thank you, Mark. That was very nice of you to say. Let's talk about Florida and Duke here. Real quick plug. I mentioned Full Court Press a minute ago. Every Monday through Friday, we are live here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel, 10 a.m. Eastern. Myself, Adam Trigger, Rob Vino, breaking down the entire college basketball card for the day. We touch on all the big games, such as this one, Duke and Florida. Some under-the-radar matchups as well. Dare I say, you will not find another show on the entire internet that goes as deep into college hoops on a daily basis than Full Court Press. And those of you who have been watching Full Court Press regularly already know I have not been that high on this Florida team this year. Defending national champs are just 1-6 against the number. They've suffered 2 straight-up losses as well. Season opener versus Arizona. And then, more surprising, they lose as an 11.5-point favorite to TCU in an MTE last week. Gators have since bounced back. They did beat Providence to close out that MTE in San Diego. That's a multi-team event for those keeping score at home. But I still question this new backcourt mix for the Gators. You got 2 transfers, Lee from Princeton, Flan from Arkansas. And we talked about this on the first week of Full Court Press. We thought those 2 would not mesh all that well. Okay, Florida could rely on Walter Clayton in their backcourt this year. This backcourt right now on December 2nd has not been that good. It's let the team down. Now, the Florida front court is outstanding. Ken Palm has them with the 8th highest offensive rebounding rate in the country. It's a clear strength there. But where the Gators do struggle, guys, is from behind the arc. They're shooting just 27.7% from 3. Is that number going to improve in their first true road game at Cameron Indoor, of all places? Probably not. So I think the key to this game is whether or not Florida's size on the interior can contain Duke standout freshman Cameron Boozer. Will foul trouble be an issue for the Gators here? I think that's another question we've got to consider. Spreads up to 8.5. My view is what you're going to see here. We talk about line movement. The line may continue to go up. I think some sharper groups are going to wait and see how high this number gets and take the points. I'm going to advise you to not do that. My power ratings say the current spread is a few points short of where the number should be. So I would bet Duke sooner rather than later. Duke is just a much better basketball team than Florida right here in early December.
College basketball, I know it's early this season. Any teams that are surprising, teams that look way above everybody else, teams that are disappointing? What are you seeing so far earlier in the season, if anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of, early on, there were some teams that, were just, I think things have kind of evened out. Look, my top 16, the order changes a little bit, but my top 16 in the power ratings are the same top 16 in the Ken Palm ratings. Teams that have fallen way short of the mark. We actually talked about buy low, sell high spots today on Full Court Press. You've got a Loyola Chicago team that's 0-8 against the number. No team, I've not downgraded any team in the country more than the Ramblers, RIP Sister Jean. I think, I don't know, they just, I guess they're still in mourning out in Loyola Chicago. It's not gone well. Oregon has been a disaster at 0-7 against the spread. The one team that continues to impress from a point spread perspective is UC San Diego. They're in action, and they're undefeated, 6-0 against the spread, and a dog tonight at Nevada. That's an interesting spot. So if you guys want to check out, we did a whole segment actually on buy low, sell high on Full Court Press today. People can check that on the archives if you missed it live.
That's like the most valuable information you're going to get. Like free picks and breakdowns is great, but when you can give people their own information about, hey, these are the teams that are underachieving, look for regression. These are the teams that are overachieving, look for regression. That's the most valuable things that we can do on these videos. So make sure you guys are checking out Full Court Press. That way you get all that information. It helps out with your own bets. Should be a great game. Brian, what do you have up for $5 Tuesday?
Yeah, $5. Look, I will be joining the $5 parade as soon as I am done here. So in just a matter of minutes, I'll be putting up a basketball play for $5. I do already have up a 5% play on my page, wt.buzz/BP. That is for the Thursday night game in the NFL. We're coming off a nice 5% winner on Sunday, Andy, in the NFL. Rams-Panthers over. I think that was one of my probably better bets of the whole season. I'm notoriously pessimistic watching games, but even I was struggling to find reasons to be we just needed one touchdown in the second half. And I said, guys, I think we're going to do that. And we did. It cashed early in the second half. Very happy about that. Had the Commanders on Sunday night as well. That was a sweat. God, I was convulsing in bed trying to not wake up my wife as I'm like, I wanted to bet my life savings that Denver was going to score a touchdown on that first possession in overtime. I've never been so sure of anything in my life. Then and I'm like, God, please, just come down, score, go for 2 and miss it, and then let's go home. So did lose. Let's mention this. I know someone in the chat say, oh, well, why don't you mention? I did have the Giants last night. What an abysmal start to the game that was for the G-men, but did get a little bit back, Andy, in the NBA, where we're on a 14-2 run going back to last year's epic playoff run. Utah Jazz first half plus the points, did not need the points in what was an outright upset of the Houston Rockets. So I think that covers a lot. We're 7-2-1 in the NFL. Oh, by the way, sides and totals last 3 weeks.